Hi, thanks for clicking the video. This is a brief video, just recapping our meeting and what our next steps are around this DPA work group. So in your email, you've got a QR code, and this is going to be used at the conference coming up next week. Kieran is going to use that QR code to encourage different counties to take the doodle poll to sign up for a session. And we identified during our meeting that availability is really going to fluctuate, and we've got a lot of people that could potentially join. And so we want to capture what's most accessible for everyone. So we're going to provide a doodle poll, and people will sign up when with the time that they can join this 2.5 hour session. And then after those doodle poll results come back, we'll generate some Zoom links and get it on everyone's schedule as soon as possible. I'm going to receive the invite to join that conference next week, and I can just kind of jump in whenever I need to, if I need to, and explain the objective and what the session is going to look like, really just hoping to recruit people to attend this 2.5 hour session. So I want to share a little bit about what the session is going to look like. So, let's see here. Okay, here we go. So before the session, we're going to send out to everyone an agenda, like a normal meeting, and that agenda will actually have some pre-work in it. We're going to be utilizing Mural, the program Mural. And so I'm just going to ask that folks, before they come into the session, do this pre-work. And it's going to take them to this Mural page. You'll see over here on the gray, we have an instruction about how to use the Mural platform. And the pre-work is super simple. Who's in the room today? Learn how to use a sticky note, write your name, the name of your organization, and then just as optional, if people want to, they can throw in a GIF that describes how they are feeling about this project. And the objective of this pre-work is just so people understand how to use this tool, since we're going to be using it throughout our meeting. So you can see here, I made a sticky note, and then I just put in a little GIF. So just something small and cute, so they need to complete that before they come into the meeting. All right, when we come into the meeting, I will be facilitating. Kieran and Kelly, a part of her team, are going to be on tech support. So that's really great. I'm appreciative for that. And I'll explain the purpose of the meeting, the objective, and we identified that the objective is really to get everyone through the application submittal process. We'll then move into an introduction, and I'm going to call people's attention to our Mural board. People will get to see who's in the room, and then we'll do this quick introduction. And this is just like an icebreaker type of thing. So this icebreaker is, you look at the pirate ship and identify which figure do you feel like in terms of this project, and people will just throw a little sticky note by it. And then I'll call on like 3 people and just say, hey, why did you pick figure 15? Why do you feel that way towards this process? So just a small, quick introduction activity there. And then we'll move in sort of to the meat. With the tech support's help, we will move people into breakout rooms, around 5 people in each breakout room. And I'm going to ask them to generate sticky notes about the challenges that they are facing. And let me get you over there. So you'll see right up here that everyone's going to have access to this board where they can generate sticky notes. And so the breakout rooms will say what are the primary challenges or concerns your department faces in fulfilling their requirements to submit the application, share any examples, and this is taken from Kim's document. Are there any particular policies or procedures that are challenging for you to implement or comply with? So the breakout groups are going to chat about this, and then we will call all of them back to the main room. We'll have a little bit of a share out, not too long. And then there is a voting tool here on Mural. And so I'll start a voting session. I'll give everyone up to 3 votes, and they get to vote on which sticky notes they think are like the top issues, the top challenges. So from this, we'll at least be able to identify most likely 5 to 10 top challenges. All right, after that, then we're going to move into different breakout rooms and we'll ask the folks to generate what strategies they can create given the challenges. What actions can we take that will be helpful, or what are you currently doing with your team that is helpful? So they'll talk about that as a group, generate some sticky notes, and we're leaning heavily into this strategy area. We'll call everyone back into the main room, do a little share out, and then again, use that voting tool to identify what the top strategies are. Lastly, we'll go into breakout groups one more time, and what needs do you have will be the focus. What resources do you need to be successful? What would be helpful? The groups will identify, generate their sticky notes. We'll come back into the main room, discuss those, and then again, use that voting tool to determine what are the top rated resources needed. Okay, let's pull our agenda back up. So that'll be a big bulk of our time. We will have a break in there as well. Just so people have a chance to get up and stretch their legs. And then we're going to move into this part here using a Zoom poll. Zoom has a function where it pops right up on everyone's screen to vote on different items. And this is where we're going to talk about some of the logistics. So some of those questions that Kim generated, do people want to meet statewide, regionally? How do you want to meet? How often? Just some of these other logistical things. Do you want a listserv? And then we will bring in that element of, hey, do you want to create a letter to convey everything that we've talked about here today to Eagle? And if so, would you sign off on that letter? Would your organization sign off on that letter? And then what's great about Zoom is that in real time, it can show us the results. So it'll show us the results of that poll. And then together in the big group, we are going to recap. So we'll say, oh, look, we voted here to do it regionally and quarterly and all the things. So we'll just kind of have some discussion about that, and we'll take notes on that so that we can follow up on the results of that poll. Next, we'll jump into a closing activity, which will be back here on our mural board. And this is identifying each person's next steps. So we'll stay in our big group, and I'll ask everyone to create 2 action steps on 2 different sticky notes. What are you moving forward with? What are you going to do? And then we might use that tool, that voting tool again to identify those big ones so people can feel like, oh yeah, I like that. I'm going to take that with me. And it gives us an easy way to kind of gather all those action steps and then send it out in notes. So that's what our agenda looks like together. If you have any questions, please let me know. Of course, time is of the essence here, so we're trying to do things as quickly as possible, but we're here to collaborate, so please let me know if you have any further needs or you want to tweak anything, and we will continue to talk more about this. All right, thank you.